Welcome to the virtual tour of the Alderleaf Wilderness College campus, where we offer expert instruction in wilderness survival, permaculture, wild edible, medicinal, and craft uses of plants, wildlife tracking, and nature-based teaching and leadership. We offer a variety of courses that last anywhere from a day long to 9 months. Our 9-month in-depth wilderness certification program trains students to apply each of these skills and prepare for a career in wilderness ecological studies and education. Welcome to our virtual tour at our primary campus. Alderleaf Farm has 15 acres of farm and forest that sit at the gateway to millions of acres of forest and foothills of the Cascade Mountains. Our front 5 acres are home to our small-scale permaculture farm, indoor classroom, library, office, pond, and meadow. The farm has vegetable gardens, food forest, chicken run, sheep pastures, staff and student housing, and a variety of permaculture design features and ongoing projects. Our back 10 acres are forested with a network of trails, teaching areas, tenting sites, a pond, and large creek. Our outdoor classroom was built from 2 dying western red cedar trees that were made into shakes and posts. It was built as a community project of staff, students, apprentices, and volunteers. It is a great place for survival classes that involve fire, carving, and survival cooking. This class is making burn bowls to use for survival water purification. The woodshed is also made from cedar shakes and locust poles, which keeps our wood dry through the changing seasons. We are lucky to have a swimming hole within the creek, which is a great place to cool off during class breaks on hot summer days. It is also a great place for tracking, where we have discovered tracks and sign of cougars, black bears, black-tailed deer, elk, coyotes, bobcats, otter, mink, beavers, great blue heron, bald eagles, and many others. The Alderleaf Forest offers a training ground for all of our courses, where we harvest wild edible and medicinal plants, build survival shelters, track animals, forage mushrooms, learn about bird language, and harvest materials for tools such as bow staves. Our meadow provides an activity area that is used for classes and youth programs, recreational gatherings and graduation, and a place to practice skills. This Cob Oven was created as a permaculture project. It uses cob, which is a natural building method with all natural materials. The project involved many hands and provides a resource for our community which loves to share food together. It serves as an inspiration to explore the vast array of practical and sustainable things one can do with natural building. This multi-use classroom gives Alderleaf the space and resources to offer slideshows and sheltered project space on cold days. It also hosts our weekly potlucks, special events, movie nights, and our nature museum of feathers, tools, bones, and tracking plaster casts. We are excited about our new library and study room, which is always open to our students. It has internet and houses a comprehensive, one-of-a-kind library of resources on the subjects we teach. It is a place for individual and group study, research, and planning meetings. Our root cellar was built as part of our permaculture courses and is another example of natural building, which was built using super adobe or earth bag method. It is electricity-free refrigeration that stores potatoes and other roots, as well as apples that are grown on the farm. The root cellar stores our growing supply of food that is used on class field trips. The garden is an excellent laboratory for hands-on permaculture training. It was designed with a chicken moat, which is created with 2 layers of fencing that wrap around in a circle. The chickens get more freedom and exercise while they control slugs, insect pests, and weeds at the border. They also help to turn and fertilize the garden in winter. The chicken manure is used in our compost system and garden beds to build soil nutrients. The double fencing protects the garden from deer. The barn provides workshop and project space for permaculture courses and classes such as bow making. It also stores our tools and supplies. The greenhouse gives Alderleaf extended growing season for vegetables. Alderleaf keeps bees to pollinate the diverse plants we use for food as well as for honey and wax. Our beekeeper recently obtained 25 pounds of honey from this hive. When the property was first purchased, water was accumulating throughout the landscape, creating standing puddles. We channeled the water to drain into 2 areas where we created ponds. The ponds added richness and diversity to wildlife habitat. They were designed to have both shallow and deep areas and include coarse woody debris, which are all important habitat features for wildlife. We grow a variety of edible and medicinal aquatic plants, including cattail, willow, wapato, and wild rice, and are also using our ponds for aquaculture. We are raising bluegill fish for consumption. Our pastures are home to dairy sheep, which are animals that are appropriate for the Pacific Northwest climate. They produce milk, meat, wool, manure, and food for field trips. Our pastures are rotated for the health of the plants and the soil. The sheep are watched over by our llama, Katanka, who is an ever-vigilant protection animal. This food forest is a food system that mimics natural forest ecology. The design is based on a whole ecosystem with many species that benefit each other. There are nitrogen fixers, dynamic accumulators, plants that attract beneficial insects, and some that repel pests. Together, they retain moisture and provide a higher crop yield. Throughout the site, we have planted native plants and trees to increase biodiversity, enhance wildlife habitat, and provide resources for food, medicine, craft, and tools. We hope you enjoyed our tour and gotten a taste of where we teach most of our survival, permaculture, plants, tracking, and outdoor leadership courses. We hope to meet you at a future class.